morning, Professor Corpening. This is my outline and audience, sorry. These three.
Okay. Good morning, my name is Trey DeBoer, and today I would like to explain why music education classes should be prioritized in the education curriculum. In the United States, tens of millions of students are missing out on a critical part of their education, and this is because of a failure to recognize the value of music in the classroom. The effects of music courses on students are measurable and well-researched. We'll be discussing the academic literature as well as testimony from students and teachers, showing how music classes help to create cognitively, emotionally, and socially stronger students. We can observe these cognitive benefits through the Wechsler Intelligence Scale for Children. This is an IQ test, reported on by Schellenberg in his article titled Music and Cognitive Abilities, Current Directions in the Psychological Science. In this peer-reviewed study, 144 children were administered this test twice, once before entering the first grade and again before the second. It tracked a group of kids taking music lessons as well as a control group. And at the end of the year, the group taking music lessons consistently scored significantly higher relative to their non-musical counterparts. The authors of this study summarized their findings by proposing and answering the question, quote, "Does music make you smarter? The answer is a qualified yes." If music lessons are proven to increase measurable cognitive abilities in children, then why should they be treated as an add-on and not as an essential part of our curriculum? We can see the same benefits are also true for indexes of empathy and emotional intelligence. Rabinowitz and others conducted a study on the changes in emotional behavior in children as the result of music lessons. At the beginning of the study, children performed a series of tests evaluating their capacity for empathy and their verbal ability to portray their emotions. The two groups went on to partake in a year of musical group interaction. These were music lessons that required the students to work and play together as one unit. The group of musicians showed higher scores on 3 emotional measures compared to those who did not partake in the music group interaction. This demonstrated that those who are involved in music lessons, especially and specifically in a group setting, are generally shown to have more capacity for social and emotional intelligence. These cognitive abilities not only contribute to students' intelligence, but also have been shown to directly correlate with academics performance in the classroom. Eva Ampson, a science writer holding her PhD in biochemistry, wrote about data from over 100,000 students at public high schools across the province of British Columbia. Comparing the academic test scores of musicians to non-musicians, she reported that the musicians got consistently higher grades in a range of different school subjects, including English, sciences, and maths. Because of the large scale of this study, the differences in the socioeconomic environments, as well as the consideration of the students' prior performance, this study could accurately and clearly reflect the positive academic outcomes of music lessons on students. When students who participate in music consistently achieve higher grades across multiple subjects, it becomes clear that music education strengthens academic success overall. Ampson writes, quote, "Whatever the reasons may be, it seems like a good idea to continue to provide music education in high schools." The impact of music lessons is not only observable through academic studies, but also through the real lives of students. Music lessons can give students an outlet for encouragement and positive influence, especially students who encounter struggles in their communities. Jazz teacher Jamal Dickerson gives us firsthand examples of this. In an interview on CBS, as well as in a micro-documentary, we see Dickerson and a few of his students give insight into where they are now as a result of music lessons and where they would have been if they had never been given them. He's a teacher in Camden, New Jersey, which is ranked as the 4th most dangerous city by the FBI. This means that his students often come from homes and communities that are suffering. He says they see struggle, real struggle, like their friends in trouble, friends selling drugs, friends dying. Despite this, students credit Dickerson's music classes as an opportunity to walk on a meaningful path. One of his students, Isaiah Rivera, says, "There's a lot of drug dealers on the streets. There is a lot of negative influence on the street. And Mr. D helps us by taking us into the jazz band and keeping us focused with these positive activities." Another one of his students was Brian Phillips. Brian says, "Without Mr. D, I don't even know what I'd be doing right now. I'd probably be on the streets, like doing nothing." Brian has since gone on to study music professionally at the most prestigious music school in the country, the Berklee College of Music. Even in high school, Brian attributed his academic performance to his involvement with music. He says, "If it wasn't for music, I would be getting straight Fs." Additionally, Brian says that because of these classes, he wants to give back to his community and help to contribute to the lives of suffering kids by teaching them music. In conclusion, the classroom should be the forge used to shape students into intelligent, socially and emotionally capable, beneficial members of society. And education in music helps to create these types of members, which is why it should be prioritized in the curriculum. Some of you in this room will grow to become teachers or members of school boards, but some of you will also become parents. As you do, prioritize music lessons in your children's lives and be conscious to fight for the value of music in the classroom. Thank you.
Audience.